Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. As you can tell by the title, today is going to be my September monthly reset. Yes, I know we are, the 7th of September, so we're a week in, but that's okay. Your gal was away. I was in Northern California visiting family, and August was just so busy. So right up until I left to go away, I just didn't have time to film. So we're getting here now, we're having a chat. I hope your August was fab. I had a lovely month. It was very busy, like one of the best months to date. I think I had such a great time enjoying summer here in Vancouver, so I'm excited to get into it. If you've never seen one of these monthly resets before, I'm sure you have from maybe someone else, but they're quite common now on YouTube and I love them. I love watching other people's, but I'm gonna go through some reflections on the month, my goals, my budget, what I spent. It's a whole thing. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into my reflections. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I hope you can join the Sash Says community. I'm also over on Instagram and TikTok as well. I'm probably, at the moment, I've been loving Instagram, so I've been posting a fair bit over there, but the links are always in my socials and on my, at the end of this video, there'll be like a little list of all my socials. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's do my reflections. Okay, I'm just gonna pop up my reflections next to me as per usual. I'm gonna read them off my notebook and let's get into it. So, what are you most proud of? I wrote, not holding back and going for it. Taking trips away and enjoying the summer. Taking more risks to level up. I'm not gonna go too much into everything because I don't want, last video was so long and I don't wanna just bore everyone with all my stories, but yeah, I guess I said yes a lot more this month, and I pretty much did something social most days and tried to just, make the most of it. So I'm happy that I did that. What challenged you this month? Boundaries. Not having enough at work, needing to voice my needs, but not knowing how. Juggling the work-life balance. So yeah, pretty much I was left high and dry by a coworker and I'm the only full-timer. So I was working for most of the month, like 12-hour days and trying to hire someone. It was just, a very stressful work month, and just, I felt so overwhelmed and was taking work home a lot. And although like I love work, it was just so stressful. And then boundaries in my personal life, I was saying one thing and doing the other and not sort of holding down. By the end of the month, I was able to stick to my boundaries, which is great, but it is hard with, more of personal boundaries in that regard. But yeah, boundaries are tough, but if you have something that you truly believe in, then just hold on to it. And I need to be a bit better and stop being such a people pleaser with a lot of people and work. So yeah. Anyway, what are 3 things that you're grateful for? So, the bug. I said my workplace. I was appreciated a lot, which is great, and I know how important I am to the clinic that I work at, but it is also like obviously tough, but I do love work and I'm grateful for my job and having money coming in every 2 weeks, like love it. Summer weather, number 2, obviously it's been so beautiful, and new experiences. I tried bouldering this month. I tried stand-up paddleboarding. I went to Galiano Island. I, did my trip at the end of, last week to Northern California. I'd never like hung out with this family really before, so it was just putting myself out there, and just grateful for new experiences. Something you learned this month. I learned that my heart is pretty much healed from if you want to look back at my ex, like that's a whole thing. I have a video when I was dumped and left high and dry again last December, which was awful. So although I hurt this month with sharing my heart, I realized I'm not crying over him anymore, him being my ex of like 3.5, 4 years. I feel healed finally and ready for love. So yeah, I'm not crying over him anymore. I don't shut down like thinking about it, and I've just sort of accepted that this person who I thought was gonna be my husband and my life partner and who was gonna have adventures with is just not it. And I'm kind of done now. I'm done crying over it, so yay. And my heart is like ready for love and dating and yeah, it's exciting that that's happening. Word of the month, nurture. I definitely didn't nurture myself, RE health and wellness, but socially, yes. So yeah, I let the ball drop with my diet and not taking supplements at the right time. And my yoga, I only started doing again yesterday. Like I didn't do it for all of August, and I don't know how much in July I did it either. But I was doing other forms of exercise, but yoga is like so important to me. So definitely dropped the ball there, but then I nurtured like my social extroverted heart. She was living. And word for September, I said focus, because your gal needs to focus. I need to get my head in the game, as the Wildcats from High School Musical say. But anyway, there are my reflections, and let's get into the goals and how I did for August. Okay, let's get into my goals. I of course am reading them off my computer, so I will pop them up next to me and let's get into it. So, personal. I booked a Whistler trip with the girls. Yes, I had a lake day. I visited a southern Gulf island and I celebrated my 5 years in Canada. So that was all great. Look at all those ticks. Love that. Financial. Didn't do any of that at all. It just wasn't on my priority list. So didn't do that. Health and wellness. I didn't do my week of Pilates. I got my vitamin D retested, and your gal is very, very good in that department. So I don't need to take vitamin D for the rest of the year. So if you guys are living in the Northern Hemisphere, in Canada, I would get your vitamin D tested. It is $80 at Life Labs in BC. And yeah, it's worth it to maybe see why your energy is so low. Just get some blood work done. So I got that done. I went on 2 hikes and I tried climbing at the Hive with Orla, which was super fun. Social media, I didn't hit any of my goals there, but that's just, it is what it is. I was so busy living life out there that I didn't focus on my phone and editing and things like that, which it's fine. It's fine. My priorities were elsewhere in August. Let's go to my September goals. So I have for personal, try goat yoga. I was going through some paperwork and found an old pamphlet or like brochure for Man Farms, which is in Abbotsford, and they offer goat yoga, and I really want to do that as like a fall activity, is to go like the pumpkin patch and everything like that. And goat yoga, I love goats, love them, and I love yoga, so I really want to do that this month. Experience more art/culture. I've already booked tickets for Lionel Richie. I'm so excited. Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, Fire. I'm obsessed with like 70s groovy kind of music and 80s. So when I saw that they were coming to Rogers Arena, I was like, I have to go. So I'm going with my friend Matt, and it's gonna be amazing. It's next week. But other than that, I wanna maybe see some theater or comedy, or see more movies and museums, and just, yeah, get out there and see what is going on this fall in Vancouver. Spring clean, declutter my life. It's spring back in Australia, so my brain, September equals spring. But I just have so much stuff that has accumulated, and being here for 5 years, I just need to go through and declutter stuff, maybe donate some clothes, go through my paperwork, what's important, what's not. And I love working at a clinic because there is a shredder, so I can shred some stuff. Always shred your personal information, because you don't want people rummaging through recycling and seeing your bank statement. So fun little tip there. Go on some dates. I have a date tonight actually. So yeah, personal, go on some dates. Why not? Just like, let's get out there. Let's just get me on all the apps, and who knows where I'll end up. Financial, I just copied and pasted because I really still want to do all of those. And I spent so much money in August, oh my gosh. Health and wellness, still want to try Liguri West, Pilates. I want to do yoga more than 3 times a week because it makes me feel so good and really calms me down. It's like a different sort of form of meditation for me. And focus on a sleep schedule. Just how good is sleep? And I really struggle. I'm such an insomniac. So I definitely want to get something down pat and just really be like, okay, it's 10 p.m. Let's go to bed, instead of, oh, midnight. Maybe I should go to bed because I get up at 6:30. Like, it's a nightmare. Social media, I kind of copied and pasted because, again, I didn't do anything, so that's fine. And I just want to hit 2.5 on YouTube, which I think is very achievable. But yeah, that is all my goals. and goal planning. Let me know what you guys are planning to do or what you're working towards in September. And we're nearing the end of the year, so is there anything that you're working on to sort of complete by the end of the year? I have cat fluff on my nose. But yeah, let's look at what I spent in the month of August. We'll go through that and go through my budget for September as well. Okay, so I have my computer here. I'm just gonna be looking down and doing my budget. So I normally split the screen between the two of us. So let's get into August. So it was an every dollar budget. Yes, we love, but this time I didn't move money around. I wanted to leave the red and show how much more I overspent, because that is literally the normal way of doing it. I don't know why I'm such a psycho. So yeah, paycheck one, $2,000, which was the same. Paycheck two, I got a little bit more, which was great. We love me some overtime. So for the month, I made $3,925 and I spent $3,702. So that's usually good. Like for me, like what did I spend in July? Maybe it was more than that. Yeah, around the same. 3,700 is quite common. So we love noticing patterns here and there. So yeah, let's go down. Gifts, 36 was just wine for Fiona and Odin when I went to visit family. Rent was the same, streaming, phone, podcast, Compass card, Evo, taxi. I took a couple of Evos and an Uber to Tsawwassen, and the Uber I got from the airport was in September, so it's different. So yeah, those two there. Let's go down to the red, which was food, which makes sense because I was so social this month and I just, yeah, spent a lot of money here. So groceries / liquor store, planned was $400. I spent $459 just for me for groceries and booze. That's nuts. Like, I'm not, apart from alcohol, because I don't ever really buy it, everything else is like stuff that I, like nothing extravagant. Like I'm not buying beautiful like cheeses and meats, and like I'm just buying cans of tuna, veggies, and like some oven fish once in a while. Like it's not, I'm not going out, like it's just groceries, inflation, we all know it. Anyway, so it was a lot. Yeah, that was that. Restaurants, I was over because I went out a lot and I spent a lot. And yeah, so first, you know, a few dinners out here. And then when we went to Whistler, I spent $95 at Earl's because Earl's is expensive, and like it was just such a lovely time and I just wanted to go crazy in Whistler. So I spent a lot of money that weekend. So I spent $369, which yeah, I was over by, you know, a lot. And then cafes, $60 over, some McDonald's in there, BC Ferry, some takeaway coffees. I don't usually get Starbucks, but I did a couple of times, got a coffee. Look, that's $8.94. That was one large caramel oat milk cappuccino. Like $9 for a coffee. That's stupid. Fun money travel. I spent so much less, $300. I don't really know what I counted. Let's have a look. Accommodation, wax, gas money, water park, locker hire, bus tickets, portable charger, mints, because I don't know what a mint's grocery, maybe, I don't know, but I bought like $4.90 for a packet of mints. That's stupid, but it's an airport. So anyway, I spent way less in that category. Tickets, I bought tickets to the Jonas Brothers for November. I love the Joe Bros. I have no shame. I know that there's stuff going on with Joe and Sophie, but I'm such a Joe girl. I love him. Let me know which is your favorite Jonas brother down below. House supplies, $0 because I bought them within my grocery shop, so I didn't like minus it out. And then another random thing was immigration. So that's the fee for citizenship. So I'm gonna be a citizen of Canada, it's $630. That's it. So I finally put my application in because I've been putting that off for ages. Pet care, spent $60 on little Flo this month for her food. Drugstore, medicine, cosmetic, some testing, skincare, things like that. So that was under, supplements was way under. That's a random amount because I had to make it an every dollar budget, so that's why it's $18.60. And that was everything for the month. So let's look into September. And yeah, my estimated income is going to be $3,900 because of all the overtime I've been doing. And I did get my paycheck today, but I haven't put it in yet, so it's a little bit more than that. So probably let's just say it'd be like $4 grand for the month, which is, oh my God, if every month was like that, I'd feel so rich. So yeah, rent's the same, streaming's the same, phone is going to be back to normal because I didn't turn on my data the whole time I was in the US because she's smart. And I also it wasn't like that sort of trip. Like Portland was me exploring the city and I wanted to have my phone for safety. This time I was, you know, in a car in Northern California, going to beaches and on walks, and it was a bit of a different trip. Compass card I've already bought. Uber, I've already taken Uber from the airport because my plane was really delayed and I got in at 2 a.m. So there was nothing else. There was no other options, and cabs are a bit of a rip-off, so I'm not a fan of taxis. Sorry, not sorry. Groceries, I did $400 because that's kind of where my money's going and I'm not going to be as social this month. Restaurants, $350. Cafes takeaway left at $200. Liquor, I separated the liquor. That's what I did. So $50 for any drinkies that I get. Fun money travel, $900. I don't think I'm even going to spend $900. That was some souvenirs at the airport. Tickets, that was for Lionel Richie. It was $65. What a steal, honestly. And other tickets, I might do, yeah, the goat yoga, go to a corn maze, pumpkin patch, all that kind of stuff will go under tickets. Pet care, I left at $80. Drugstore, I left at $100. Supplements, $20 if I need anything. And that was my every dollar budget. So that is all my budgeting. Okay, now is the part of the video that I normally talk about my favorites, but I honestly haven't been listening or watching anything new. I've been watching The Vampire Diaries and it is rough. I'm up to season 7. It is ridiculous. I hate it so much. Like, I'm sorry, but it's so ridiculous. I just want it to be over, but I'm really determined to finish it. Like, I haven't finished it yet, and it's been off TV for like 10 years it seems. But I want to finish Vampire Diaries and have it over and done with, and then I want to start something new. So if you have any good TV shows for me to watch, please let me know down below. I saw the Barbie movie, I guess it was the end of July, and I saw Oppenheimer. Loved them both. Very, very different films, but I really liked them both. Have I been listening to anything new? No new podcasts. I love, as I've already said, Beyond the Blind, Fluently Forward, Outspoken, Shameless. I love those podcasts. Music-wise, I've been listening to, Spotify is amazing. It curates playlists that are specifically for me. So I have one called Soiree, which is really good. I've got like another one called Choice Edit, and I just am loving lots of, you know, funk, soul groove sort of music, especially in the summer. It's good to have in the background as you're getting ready to go out or sitting around having a picnic on the beach. Favorite memories, so many. I loved having my lake days that I had. I loved Whistler with the girls. I loved the hike. I went to Joffrey Lakes. I've been wanting to do that hike for years and years, and it was just such a beautiful day with good people, and the car ride home was so long, but we had great music and good conversations, and I just had such a great day on that day. My trip to Galiano Island was so fun, and I hitchhiked around the whole island. Like, me hitchhiking, no, but on the island, yes, because you just stick out your thumb and people are like, well, where are you going? Can we drop you off somewhere? It was like just such a lovely community there, and I would love to have spent more time over the summer on Vancouver Island and all the islands off it. Like, I really recommend Galiano Island, and I just had such a good time there. So yeah, lots of favorite memories, lots of great times. But yeah, in terms of consuming that sort of like media, I don't really know. I'm back onto Instagram a little bit more. TikTok is always the best. Like, I love TikTok. It's a bad place, but it's a good place. But yeah, I don't really have any other favorites. I would just say, like, I don't know, a bit of advice is just to get out there and do something different this month. So if you've always thought about trying rollerblading and you haven't, just go out and do it. Just book the tickets to the thing, like do the thing. Like, when I saw the tickets to Lionel Richie, I'm like, what if he never comes to Canada again? Or if I move back to Australia, is he going to be there? Like, I don't know. So I better go see him now. And there are other artists that come and go, and I'm like, oh, I wish I got tickets, or that would have been fun. No, just book the tickets. Like, you'll always, if you're working, you'll always get that money back. So just treat life like in the now and the present. And I just had such great chats with my family member who I stayed with in Northern California, and her perspective on life and just her way of living is just so inspiring, and I just want to keep living in the now. So that would be my random piece of advice for September and life. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I've got so many vlogs to edit. I filmed pretty much all of August, but I just need to sit down and edit it. And as the weather gets cooler, I'll have more incentive and inspiration to sit down and edit. And YouTube means so much to me, and I love you guys for supporting me, and thank you for watching till the end if you made it this far, and get excited for all the vlogs to come, and love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Forget your feelings, show me you want it. You've been a fan, ain't no more talking. Need you to